Okay guys, welcome to my latest video. Today's video is gonna be about how to play some kind of a game that Guzman, one of the creators of Counter-Strike, made back in the late 90s before making Counter-Strike 1.5 or 1.4, even before making Action Quake for, Quake 2. So this is actually gonna be the first ever attempt for the Counter-Strike creators to make one of the first version of the game, which was actually named first the NavySeals MOD. It was a mod aimed for Quake 1. So yeah, as you may notice in the intro of the video, I was playing DDoS on actual Quake. So how's that possible? I'm going to show you how to play it, how to play with those weapons, not with the Quake 1 weapons, how to play with the weapons of Navy SEALs that were actually made by Guzman as well. And we're going to have a great time. So basically here in this little computer, I already have Quake 1 running. As you may notice, that one is running the console itself of the game. You can see if I press escape, the actual menu of the game is going to show up. And here I'm obviously in the desktop. So what do you want to do? First, you obviously want to go to my webpage to download the game itself. The game that I'm going to give you guys is actually the final version of the game with all the mods. It has a lot of graphic mods that make the game look pretty amazing. You're going to go here to classic shooters. First, you're going to go to the forum here, obviously to the forum, ask for the password of the section because it's private. And once you type the password, you want to be able to enter my section of classic first-person shooters, and you obviously want to go to the Quake section here, the Quake 1, and here you will be able to download the game itself. So, enough of that. We're going to go here, we're going to close it, and once you have the game, you'll have something like this. So we're going to go here into the place that I have the game installed, and here you'll have the game. As you can notice, I've included a lot of mods. Here you got the X-Men, the official ID one, which is the Quake 1 game itself, with the Rogue and the Hypnotic expansions as well. A couple of bots that you will be able to play with the game, the vanilla game with bots. They're not perfect, but they're better than nothing. We got the Alien mode, and we also have this mode, which is called AID, that it's a pretty amazing game that includes a lot of single-player maps and stuff like that. But this time around, I'm going to show you how to play Navy SEALs properly. So there are two ways to play this game. First, there's the way to play in a dedicated server, launching a console and making everyone join your server. But that method, to make a dedicated server in Quake, you'll have to copy all this. We're gonna do it just now. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go to the executable darkplaces executable. We're gonna make a shortcut here, and we're gonna send it into the desktop, for example. So once you have these shortcut created, we're gonna go into properties, and here, similar to the shortcuts that you make for Counter-Strike 1.1, you type space and you paste, the things that we just copied before. So here we go to here, and we're just gonna add game Navy SEAL, which is gonna be the mod, dedicated 12, or the players that want to join the server, and also plus map and the name of the map that is gonna jump with the server when you want to fire up the server. So here we're gonna pass that, Control B, that's gonna be it. So we're gonna go and apply and OK, and once you execute this, the dedicated server is gonna show up. The first time you just launch it, it's gonna tell you to open the ports. You will be able to join that server with any computer. If you type the IP, you just type connect and the public IP of the computer that is hosting the server, and you will be able to join just fine. As you can see, we are already in game. But we're not gonna see that just now. We're gonna close the dedicated server like this. Clear. We're gonna wait there. But we're gonna play. The reason you're watching this video is probably because you want to do what I was doing in the beginning of the video. That it was actually playing the game with Counter-Strike maps. So how you do that? If you just execute the dedicated server here, and just change the map DDoS 2 or whatever Counter-Strike map you want. Obviously, the maps are already installed. I already took the time to install the Counter-Strike maps here. They are located in ID1 folder and here maps, all the Counter-Strike maps, along with all the textures. You can see here all the watts of the map. You don't have to worry with any of that because I already done the work for you guys. So if you put DDoS, we're gonna try it. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Map DDoS. Let's apply it and let's see if it launches. As you can see, the server crashes. So that's not an option. Dedicated servers for Counter-Strike maps is not an option. So how are you gonna do it? You're obviously gonna have to execute the game as it is, only the darkplaces executable without any of those commands, just normal. Then you're gonna go here, escape, multiplayer, and then new game. Here we're gonna type OK, and obviously here we're gonna select public server yes. Now here in the episode level, you can select whatever shit you want. So let's go and begin the game, shall we? So here we are with the mod already launched. You can see that we just execute the game like this. We're gonna go. The parameters were just space game NavySeal in order to execute the mod. And we're here. We're in the first level difficulty select screen of Quake, but with the weapons of the mod. So we're gonna go and bring down the console here. We're gonna first activate cheats because we're gonna need it in a couple of seconds. We're gonna type SV_cheats 1. Enter. Now we're gonna change into a Counter-Strike map. Let's go to Aztec. We're gonna go and map space D_Aztec. Then we're loaded into the Aztec map. As you can see, the map loads perfectly well. As you may know, if you have a little of video game history, the overall Half-Life game was mainly based, the gold source which is based in the original Half-Life game, was mainly based into a heavily modified Quake 1 engine. So it's possible to load Counter-Strike maps with a couple of errors. You can see that the water here in the canals is not present. Obviously, also the ladders of the Counter-Strike maps, they won't work really. But the overall map is gonna load. So here we are. We don't have weapons. So we're gonna join with the other guy. We're gonna type also the IP that we just typed before. It says server disconnected. And here we'll be able to join the server. So I'm gonna meet up with the guy with the other computer so you guys can see that it actually works. I'm gonna jump to make some bunny hopping in order to reach that guy faster. And here you can see that we already met. Okay, so here we have a little reunion and we are there. So now we're gonna see, and you're gonna say, okay, we are connected. We are playing Quake in Counter-Strike maps, which is pretty cool. But it's gonna be a very boring session because we only gonna be able to play with this pistol with a USP or whatever gun this is, or the grenades or the knife. But I want more weapons. So how you do that? It's very simple. Having activated the SV cheats before, now we are able to load weapons. If you put impulse 9, it doesn't work. If you're playing single player, that command will work, and all the weapons with all the ammo is gonna be included in your player, as well as the keys. But we're playing in multiplayer. That's a no-go here in multiplayer. So how do you do that? How do you reload weapons? It's very simple. And once you get a hang of it, it's gonna be very fast, and you will be able to play in a LAN with friends with no hassle. So now we're gonna bring down the console. We're gonna go first. I already make the work to make sure and investigate which weapons are numbered. So here, the pistol doesn't need any command because you already start with the pistol, so there's no trouble with that. If you want to use the shotgun, you're gonna spawn the S, give S, and the number of shells you want to have the ammo, and then give 3 to have the shotgun in your inventory. If you want the MP5, as well as all the ballistic weapons such as M4 and the sniper, they use the N ammo. So you're gonna type give space N and the number of ammo you want, enter, and then give 4 for the MP5. For the M4 or M16, you're gonna type give 6. For the sniper, give 7. And that's it. So for the shotguns, they use the S ammo. So give S and the ammo, and that's the number 3. For the auto shotgun, it's give 5, and the pistol, it's pretty weird, but it uses shotgun ammunition. So if you want to add ammunition for your pistol, you're gonna add give S40 or whatever number you want. And finally, if you want to use the super machine gun, the heavy machine gun, you're going to go with the special kind of ammunition, which is the C. Give C, whatever number you want, and give 8 to have the weapon in your inventory. So that's basically it. So we're going to try it, and let's see how it works. And after that, after doing those 2 commands, you'll have to do some tricky shit. So we're going to open up the game, maximize the game again. And we're gonna try and spawn the MP5. So let's go. So give N, whatever number you want, just 200. And here you can see that we got 200 ammunition. Now give 4, which was the number of the MP5. So now we got the weapon there. So now we just close the console. But if you just type the 4 here in your keyboard, it's not gonna work. Your weapon is not gonna be usable. So what the fuck? So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go to options. We're gonna go to customize controls, and we're gonna go here into the previous weapon key. Just make sure to bind that. In my case, I bound it with this key here. So there are 2 ways to unlock your weapon. You first gonna make sure to select either the grenade or the knife. Once you have this, we're gonna type the previous bind key. Voila! Let's try that again with the grenade. Previous key. Voila! Obviously, we won't be able to shoot because we don't have any bullets in our chamber. So we're gonna type R, and by typing R, we're reloading, and we'll be able to shoot. So that's pretty cool, right? So you can do that 2 ways. First way is the one I told you just now, just by pressing the previous bind, and the other one is a little bit more complicated. We're just gonna bring down the console and type impulse 12. That's it. So 2 different paths for the same result. So basically, you can use this method for any other guns that are, that I just told you about. The M16, the heavy machine gun, the shotguns. Let's try the M16. Bring down the console. We already have the ammunition because the M16 uses the same ammunition. And we're gonna go give, I think it was number 6. There you go. We have the new weapon. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna select the knife or grenade, previous weapon, and there we go. We have the M16. So if you want to make a multiplayer game, just make sure to tell your friends what things you're going to type. As you can see, it's very simple, just 2 commands. So as soon as you spawn in the map, you're gonna make sure to type those commands, and you will be able to be armed. You will have weapons at your disposal, and you will be able to start playing with whatever weapon you want. So keep in mind that this game, if you want to play it like this, is going to be played by console commands. So be prepared for that. As you may know, this map, or all the Counter-Strike maps, were not designed to be played in Quake. So you won't be able to find the weapons, spread out in the ground, just like any multiplayer Quake map. So if you want to play these maps, you want to do this method, which is kind of cool. As you can see, it works pretty amazing. It really looks like you're playing Counter-Strike, but you really don't. So I hope you like this tutorial. This tutorial was a little bit darker than any other of the previous tutorials, because this is quite kind of a workaround. It's not very natural, but the end result is pretty amazing. It's like a pretty freaky, geeky kind of way of playing the game. So make sure to like my video, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.